While the FX2 might not have been the most exciting camera on the face of the planet, Sony ain't done. Last week or a couple weeks ago, Sony dropped 3 brand new product codes in China. So I don't know what it is about China's regulation. Obviously, you have to do it in the US too to a certain extent where you got to do product codes for Bluetooth or blah, 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 or whatever. Sony dropped 3 new product codes. And typically this happens several months before announcements and releases.
Yeah, because you don't want to tip your hand too early.
Yes.
You tip your hand by dropping the product codes like 6 months ahead or a year ahead. Yes. It's kind of a pointless deal. Absolutely. So you kind of just do it at the moment you need to do it in order to release on time.
Yes. So if you guys were disappointed by the FX2, I can tell you that of the 3 new product codes, I guess when the people look at the product codes, they compare them to other codes in different brackets. And so there is a rumored FX cinema line camera coming out. There is a rumored alpha level camera coming out, and a ZV camera. Is that their like?
Yeah, that's like the more vloggy style camera, content creator-y.
So, if you guys were disappointed with the FX2, it feels like Sony's got some presents on the way.
I don't know how I feel about an A75 in the outside of the vacuum where an FX2 exists. Like, I know what Sony did.
Yeah.
Recycle. Get it. Totally understand that. But if you had a better sensor, just put that in the FX2. Like if we're taking A74 parts, and then in the same year that you're dropping an FX2, a new camera with an old camera's parts, and then you come out with the updated version of the camera of the part.
Can you
what
imagine
are we talking about?
The A75 has the A74 sensor?
Dude,
just trying to get rid of this.
Bro, if that happens, I think Sony shooters will switch.
Do you think that they did a bulk order of A7 and then COVID happened and then it was like
they just stuck
we got millions of A74 sensors? And we're going to be putting them in the FX3 and the A75.
If an A75 has that sensor,
that would be wild.
That would be diabolical. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that'd be so bad. Don't you dare, Sony. A.O. Seal is right. He said, don't you dare.
Wild.
But like, are you mad if you buy an FX2 and then an A75 comes out for probably about the same price, if not cheaper, and it's better in every way? It's just not a cinema camera? Because it doesn't have the cinema build?
I feel like they dabble in that, though. I feel like they dabble in, like, things are cinema, but it's really the A7S3 sensor. It's like, I feel like they do that. So, like, I don't know. There's, like, a piece to me that says, if you buy the FX2, you bought it because cinema was written on it. Honestly. If you buy the A75, cinema isn't written on it. I don't know. I'm not a Sony shooter. I don't know. But I do think that, honestly, I don't expect heat to come out on these 3 cameras. I don't. Like, I do think that Sony is going to right the ship. I don't know. I just can't see Sony just missing, honestly. I don't think the FX2 is a miss yet. It may be. Certainly with the 4K 60 crop and with the IBIS crop, it feels like somewhat of a miss. But I don't think that the cinema line, we might be getting the FX6 Mark II. We might be getting the FX3 Mark II. I don't know. But we're not getting Burano.
Yeah.
That would be a miss.
That'd be huge.
Only because the Burano seems too new. And if you're going to be in that price point,
you need to sit there for a minute.
And your name ain't Machado, who's buying it? All right. So like the Bronto's great. Leave it alone. So it's what, a 9.6 or 3, right?
Yeah.
And what would have the biggest impact? Probably the 3.
FX3.
But
yeah,
you don't get what you want. You get what you need. It's probably going to be an FX6 Mark II.
I feel like just from a release pipeline, because there are like FX6 is like a legit camera.
Yeah.
Like fantastic. A little old at this point though.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love the FX2. Or I'm sorry, the
FX3.
The FX6. No, sorry. A lot of people love the FX6 for what it does, its image, all those things. And a lot of those people bought FX3s as their B camera, as their secondary source camera, especially when S-Cinetone was brought to both units, right? I believe we probably need a FX6 Mark II before we can get an FX3 Mark II.
Oh, 100%.
And I know that's not what a lot of FX3 shooters want to hear. They want to hear that their camera is going to get the upgrade first. But I think it would be wise. And I've actually said that don't even make an FX6, make an FX7.
Yeah.
Don't try to make the same, because with the FX3, it changed up everything so much. And then the Bronto sort of changed, like Bronto, FX9, they're kind of very similar. So let's just go a slightly different direction like you did with the FX2.
Yeah.
Go a slightly different direction with the FX6 and give us something, that, is really, really solid. And then you can take some of that information and trickle it down into what will be the FX3 Mark II.
Yeah, if y'all want the FX3 to come out sooner, stop buying it. Bro, these brands, these companies are businesses. Businesses first.
Yeah, not creatives.
Businesses first. As long as y'all buying it, we ain't. We gonna keep making the same cameras that y'all be buying.
Because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Because like every time you manufacture more of the unit, it gets cheaper over time. Because when you think about like R&D, if you put in all this R&D and you make one thing, the cost of that thing includes the cost of the full R&D.
Yeah.
But once you make a second one, now the R&D gets split into 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do that at scale where you're selling hundreds of cameras.
Yeah.
The cost of the R&D is like, it gets better with the more cameras that you're able to sell underneath that same R&D.
Yeah.
It's just a money decision.
Yeah.
So as long as the FX3 can be sold, it will be sold.
For sure.
To most people, like if you talk to Sony shooters, and y'all are very opinionated, we'll tell you, you need 6K. Y'all will be like, well, nobody needs 6K. The creator was shot on the FX3. It's like, all right, my dude, we get it. Like, somebody in Hollywood made a okay movie with your camera. Like, that's fine.
Bro, y'all saying, the way that y'all are saying we don't need 6K, you're saying it with your wallets. If y'all keep buying that camera, then you're telling Sony exactly what they need to know. So, I don't know. I think that the FX6, it's obviously an older camera. Dope, still a dope camera. I do think that if they did that camera first, I feel like that would probably be best. And if we're being 100% honest, I feel like what y'all want in the FX3 Mark II is going to require alien tech. So it needs a few more years before it gets reversed.
You talking about what they want requires alien tech. What you be asking for from Canon needs alien tech.
No, I'm just saying though, I want it, but it just feels like we might be a couple of years away from getting an FX3 with electronic NDs with built-in XLR ports and no handle and an SDI coming out the side and keep it the same size and give it better battery life with a fan that makes sure it never overheats in 6K. Internal, raw.
Chat, I want y'all to know that when he starts asking for the crazy stuff out of Canon, just make sure that he keeps this same energy about how wild that sounds. And then you be asking for it for like $3,200.
That's what I said. Alien tech.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and you're not going to want to miss any other content we have on this channel. And if you did not enjoy this video, you probably shoot Sony. So that's all I'm going to say.